When you are a foreigner in a place, it's hard to find your roots. I feel like I spend so much time looking after one thing only. I find, wow, that's more, and that's more, and that's more, to the point I realize this is endless. We have the schedule is so tight, like suddenly like it's 10 already and we have to go, you know.
Pizza slice, pizza by the slice, fungi tartufo.
Pizza margherita! We're already like feeling the pressure of serving pizza to the top. If you don't take risks trying to improve all the time, life gets boring and the oven gets cold. Randomly, by luck, food restaurant came to my life, and then I realized, okay, that's it. 6 a.m. until 2 a.m. the next day, every day, and growing and buying massive debt to the point I wasn't recognizing what I was doing and not having any pleasure. When you have the basil touching the tomato, touch the mozzarella being held by the dough, it's heaven. I need to look after myself. I need to go back to my roots and understand what makes me happy. Bomba is a project that started something like just for fun and became something organically growing with us to become what it is now, basically a pizzeria Napoletana in the heart of Lyttelton.
Extra virgin olive oil, baby.
Well, Saturday starts like a couple of days before with a biga.
This was previously a biga. We start pre-fermenting. Is what we say in Italian impasto indiretto, because we use a pre-fermentation process first. And then this was like 2 days ago. They rested the whole night in room temperature, so we have to be very careful with the amount of yeast according to the weather.
So because we don't control the temperature in the first stage, so we are always checking the weather days before, humidity, temperature, blah, blah, blah.
And this dough will need a few hours to relax the gluten again for us to be able to use. And that's why it's important to have, especially on a day where we start early, to have dough ready to go, dough from yesterday. Making pizza, the first thing you do is the recipe, but it's like a fractal. There's so many little steps, and you look closely, it opens up, you know?
I feel like I spend so much time looking after one thing only, and when I started focusing, I found, wow, that's more, and that's more, and that's more, to the point I realized this is endless.
So this is a crucial, one of the hundreds of crucial steps. But if you don't fold it properly, what we're doing here, creating tension equally towards this ball and sealing the back to not open up. Sometimes have little holes here that will make a weak dough afterwards. So this is very important.
So how many bad pizzas have you eaten in your life? How many bad?
Oh my God. I grew up eating bad pizza thinking it was a good pizza. Bless my mama.
Yeah, growing up was pretty much freedom. I grew up in the south of Brazil, although my family is from Italy. Like our family, many other families decided to move to the south of Brazil, Argentina, for varied reasons. So I grew up in this beautiful town, like full of farmers and surrounded by coffee plants everywhere. After a period living in the north of Brazil, where we were all there in the Amazon, and which was amazing, like amazing 7 years. It was like only 7 years, but it was so important for all of us. It changed everything we think about the world. And I love the food there. I love the variety. They have so many things, but especially I like the ones that were brought by the slaves. So Africa. So there's one oil that it's called dendê. That is a plant, palm tree brought from Africa. So they make this oil that it's essential to make this fish stew. The main thing is the fish and the dendê oil. And that goes with coconut milk and a bunch of pepper, tomato, garlic, It's a beautiful stew, a bit hot, a bit of chili. It's funny because if you put the ingredients, you think, oh, it's kind of Asian, but it has nothing to do with that. When you put them out, it's very Brazilian. My father was an accountant and a lawyer. The coffee was there because there were numbers to be done, and he was doing that, but then also fell in love with the coffee, and a door opened for other possibilities. Randomly, by luck, food restaurant came to my life, and then I realized, okay, that's it. We went back to the very south of Brazil, and then a friend of him was opening a restaurant in the middle of the country, Brasilia, the capital of the country, and decided to open another one, invited my father to go with him on this. When my father went to Brasilia first before me to open that restaurant, I had finished my history degree and I was like ready to start my life as a teacher or whatever. I went to Brasilia and in 1 month I forgot who I was before. Forgot the degree and everything, and that was it. I was working like 6 a.m. until 2 a.m. the next day, every day, and feeling so empowered, learning about wine, about food, about ingredients. Yeah, it was a journey.
What's the time? Did you check the time already?
Yeah. Almost there.
Almost there. My friend found the job here for me, and I was a welder before for 24 years. So I changed from welding to hospitality. I arrived here, there was 1,000 opportunity and people opened the doors just like this for free. So I respect that and I keep doing it for people who I met, and I introduce them the same way. Here it's free, here it's beautiful, keep it like this.
Rico started kind of 1 year ago. He's from New Caledonia. Beautiful man, working super hard, bringing amazing energy. The clients love him, and I hope he stays for a long time with us. Wood it's important, but more than that, for me, it's the flame. I need the flame. To keep the oven balanced all the time. For me, it was like, okay, this is the life, and I was like, let's keep on going, keep on pushing, stop working as an employee, bought my first restaurant a few years later, and then never stop buying and changing and learning and growing. The restaurants were completely different from my reality here. We're talking about like 350 people, seated 300, queue of people waiting, restaurants with 40 employees each, growing and buying massive debts and paying a lot and making money and losing money and to the point I wasn't recognizing what I was doing, depressed and not having any pleasure. So I decided, okay, this is not working. I need to look after myself. I need to go back to my roots and understand what makes me happy. Because what I wanted to do was looking after a kitchen, looking after a restaurant, talking to my clients, grow with them. And suddenly I saw myself in this place that I didn't want to be. Then I met my actual wife, Jeneve. She's from New Zealand, but she was working for a group in the UK where she was working. And we met through the wine, which is quite cool, right? Facilitates things, wine, I guess. I decided to move to the UK with her. There was a beautiful farmers market in Queen's Park, beautiful region, such a cool bunch of people. And those two Neapolitan guys making pizza Napolitan in a truck, speaking that dialect I couldn't understand. Maybe they're saying, who is this guy annoying us here? But I couldn't understand. So when I was getting there in London, talking to those guys from Napoli, I knew already what I was searching without thinking, I want to learn that magic. How do you do that? At that point, I didn't want to go back to hospitality. as a restaurant owner. I thought that would be the worst thing. That we only use extra virgin olive oil because it's another touch of freshness, another layer of something you put in your mouth. It's like, oh, this is so fresh, this is so beautiful, rich, but not heavy because of this element. So extra virgin olive oil comes into this place, this aroma that comes into your nose. Tomato is sugar, acidity, and freshness. We try not to do much because we have beautiful tomato and we keep it fresh. It only sees the heat when it goes to the oven. Main cheese, the mozzarella, we call fior di latte because it's made out of cow. We use the freshest we can get because of that keeps this also element of acidity and also reminds you the fresh cheese you have because again, it spends 1 minute in the oven. That combination, I don't know if it's out of luck, but it's so beautiful. When you have the basil touching the tomato, touch the mozzarella being held by the dough, it's heaven. It's like one bite, you will never forget. That's my intention. This is what I want from you. See what you did? You want mango? Would you like to have mango in a cone or a cup, lovely? Cup. Deal. That's all good. We just felt like naturally time to move from the beautiful London that we love so much. We saw this place, started talking to the owner, amazing guy, Salvatore. I said to him, I would love to find something to do here. And then he said, why don't you buy my business? And then we bought it. When we arrived, I felt like I didn't feel accepted. Everywhere going, people were looking like, although I was trying, hi, I'm the new guy, I just bought the pizzeria. And also myself, like selling gelato, as I said, after having the big restaurants, being in some ways relevant. No, it's a bit silly, but I'm being honest, I was a bit embarrassed. Yeah. You see the COVID that gave us time to stay at home and think. And my wife came to me, you should put this pizza at Bomba. And I said, but how can I do that? I have an oven there to make bread, 250 degrees. We don't have money to buy another oven. And then she was the one, start making like that. And then I was like reluctant. I said, no, I can't do that. You know, like my purest mind, like how can I make a pizza Napoletana 250 degrees, you know? But I started. And then I sold 5 pizzas first day. I went home and I said to my wife, that day, we have a business. I think marinara, more than anything, reminds me the time where first thing you didn't have a lot, and you had to be super creative to make something good out of that, because we're talking about dough, tomato sauce, garlic, and oregano. And you made something so remarkable that we're talking about this 350 years later. Bomba is a marinara concept. Yeah, and also helps when you don't have a big budget, it helps you to focus on what is important. So the food here, the pizza, is the business. Anything else is here because of that. That's the pillar. I bought the business and Otis wasn't in the business, so he came with the business. And he started with me, I think he was 18. And it's amazing because I saw him growing. And I love him like I love anyone from my family. You know, he is an amazing human being. His pizzas look better than mine. Yeah, and I'm happy with that. We have a little space, sharing space, so we need to get along well, otherwise we'll be in inferno. So yeah, one stretches, build the dough, and the other one looks after the oven, otherwise we can't make enough pizzas.
Pizza slice, pizza by the slice, funghi tartufo, pizza slice.
I love how Jeneve, how brave she is, and going there and yelling like a proper Italian dude fighting with the next vendor. She said, my product's better than yours. Pizza Napoletana with her Kiwi accent gives another layer.
Pizza slice, pizza by the slice, margarita, pizza slice.
Pizza margherita! So it was amazing. We're already like feeling the pressure of serving pizza to the top. She's already asking for more, and we're like, oh my God, just a second. We're coming. Saturday, it's busy, it's stressful in terms of the amount of people, but it's equally beautiful because it's a day you don't have cars. We wanted to do something to do with the market. Suddenly we start selling calzone, but then we thought, why not slicing for the pizza and start selling it? All the friends coming together, buying their veggies, buying a slice of pizza.
Yeah, we like it because it's an inclusive place here where we can still feel like we're part of the market. We're not shut in a cafe. So, and we can see friends and we can wave to them, and we meet here every Saturday. And Ed and Gwen are really friendly and lovely, so it's a sort of warm place all around like that, yeah.
And I hear the echo of my grandfather, Primo Monteschio. And my family, they're alive, they feel the same way. Thank you for doing that.
Some people say it's a family business, but it's more family than a business. And that's what he tried to make it happen around. He's not talking too much about it because he's pretty humble, but it is what it is here. After being a welder for 24 years, well, I think I'm pretty good here.
Margherita, amici. I think pizza is amazing because it's such a humble dish. It's a sense of community that for me is just amazing. Italians are very good in combining 5 elements and making something different. So potato, flour, gnocchi, and it's comforting food and connects me to my childhood. You don't add any cream, any flour, and it's beautiful and velvety. When I planted this tree here, and I planted the tree, the same lemon tree in my house, I had the sense this is the place. My roots will grow deep here. And my lemon tree is a representation of that. We're growing together. So it's a pleasure sitting and seeing that little tree growing. I feel like I'm growing with you, When you are a foreigner in a place, it's hard to find your roots. I think I'm using my lemon tree's roots to have my own roots here. And now I know every local. And I'm so welcoming. I walk in the street saying hi to everybody, and everybody so friendly to me. It's an extension of my family. It's so good being in Lyttelton. Yeah, having my little Italian business in this amazing place.